The derelict human ship drifted in the void like a corpse in the dark, its hull pockmarked with micrometeorite scars and radiation burns. The Zythex Collective Scout vessel, the Inside of Clarity, had detected it 3 cycles ago, an anomaly in this uncharted sector, silent and lifeless. Or so they thought. Commander VYX Tall, her chitinous plates shifting in unease, studied the holographic projection of the human vessel. "No medical bay," she murmured, her voice a low hum of disbelief. "Every species prioritizes survival. Even the scavengers of Urxus have med pods. What kind of creatures are these?" Her second, Scholar Tren, manipulated the scan data with delicate claws. Structural analysis confirms it. No treatment chambers, no surgical units. Just reinforced bulkheads and what appears to be excessive redundancy in life support. He hesitated. And weapons, many weapons. VYX's antennae twitched. Boarding party. Full biocontainment protocols. If these humans were reckless enough to traverse the cosmos without medical safeguards, they were either fools or something far more dangerous. The boarding team moved through the derelict's corridors in tense silence, their exosuits filtering the stale, metallic air. The ship's design was utilitarian, brutal even, exposed wiring, welded reinforcements, and everywhere the lingering scent of ozone and iron. Then they found the bodies. 3 human crew members, dead at their posts. No suits, no visible trauma. Just stillness. VYX crouched beside one, her scanner chirping. No pathogens. No radiation poisoning. Cause of death unknown. Then the 4th crew member moved. A rasping breath echoed from the corner, and the Zythex spun, weapons raised. A human, male, by their limited understanding of the species, hauled himself upright, one hand clamped over a jagged wound in his abdomen. His skin was pale, his eyes bloodshot, but his voice was steady. "Took you long enough." VYX's translator processed the words, but the tone was what struck her. Not fear, not pain. Amusement. The human staggered forward, and the Zythex tightened their formation. "Stay back," Tren ordered. "You are injured." The man looked down at his own wound, then shrugged. It'll scar." Before their eyes, the bleeding slowed, the flesh beneath his fingers already knitting in a grotesque parody of healing. VYX recoiled. "Your biology, it's regenerating without intervention?" The human chuckled, a sound like gravel shifting. "You guys must be the Zythex. Heard about you. Fancy tech, clean ships." He tilted his head. "Bet you've never seen someone walk off a hull breach before." Tren's scanner whirred frantically. "Commander, his cellular activity, it's accelerating. This isn't natural." The human's grin widened. "Sure it is. Just not for you." VYX felt the first prickle of dread. This wasn't a lack of medical bays. This was something far worse. The human took another step, and this time the Zythex didn't stop him. "Name's Rook," he said, as if introductions mattered now. "And if you're wondering why we don't bother with med bays..." He tapped his temple. "We are the med bay." The silence that followed was thicker than the void outside. Then the ship's emergency lights flickered on, casting the scene in bloody crimson. Somewhere deep in the derelict's carcass, a reactor groaned back to life. Rook's smile didn't waver. "Oops. Guess we're not as dead as you thought." VYX realized, too late, that they hadn't found a corpse. They'd walked into a trap. The Zythex medical bay aboard the Inside of Clarity was a sterile, shimmering chamber of biogel pods and neural diagnostics, designed for precision, for control. Now it was a battlefield. Rook sat on the examination slab, legs swinging like a child's, as the Zythex scientists swarmed around him with scanners and syringes. His wound had already closed, leaving only a jagged pink scar. VYX watched, her mandibles clenched tight. "Explain," she demanded. Rook shrugged. "What's to explain? Cut us, we heal. Burn us, we scar. Poison us," he grinned. "Well, good luck with that." Scholar Tren's claws trembled as he adjusted his scanner. "Your stem cells replicate at impossible speeds. Your lymphatic system attacks foreign agents with aggression. This isn't evolution. This is war." Rook supplied. "Yeah, pretty much." VYX stepped closer, her exosuit humming with suppressed energy. Your species engineered this? Rook barked a laugh. Nah, nature engineered us. You ever heard of a place called Earth? Tren's datapad flickered as he pulled up galactic archives. Class Death World. Catastrophic weather patterns. Predatory biodiversity. Constant tectonic. He froze. You evolved there? Rook's grin was all teeth. Survival of the meanest, Doc. A low chime echoed through the bay, a containment alert. One of the junior scientists, ZYX7, staggered back from his workstation, his carapace flushed an unhealthy violet. Commander, he rasped. The human's blood sample, it's reacting. VYX world. Reacting to what? ZYX7's claws clutched at his thorax. To me? The air turned to ice. Rook's smirk vanished. Shit, you guys don't have immune systems, do you? Tren's scanner screeched as it analyzed ZYX7's vitals. His cellular structure is breaking down. The human's microbiota is digesting him. Panic erupted. Zythex medics hauled ZYX7 into a biopod, but the gel inside bubbled and blackened on contact. Rook vaulted off the slab. You gotta quarantine him now, and burn everything he's touched. VYX seized Rook's arm, her claws denting his flesh. You knew this would happen. Rook didn't flinch. I suspected. Look, our bodies are basically war zones. We're crawling with stuff that'll eat your guys alive. He jerked his chin toward ZYX7, now convulsing in the pod. That's not a pathogen. That's just Tuesday for us. The bay doors hissed open, and 3 armored Zythex guards leveled plasma rifles at Rook. VYX didn't release him. You're a biohazard. Rook met her gaze. And you're screwed, Commander, because if one drop of my blood can do that. He nodded at ZYX7's twitching form. Imagine what happens when my crew wakes up. Silence. Tren's voice was hollow. The other humans are alive? Rook's smile returned, slow and lethal. Oh, they're not just alive. The ship's alarms blared to life, claxons howling. A voice crackled over the comms. Asterisk Zythex asterisk. Frantic. Commander, the derelict, it's powering up. VYX's grip tightened. You lied. Your ship wasn't dead. Rook leaned in, close enough that his breath fogged her visor. Nope. We were just waiting. Outside the observation window, the derelict's engines flared to life, their glow painting the medical bay in hellish red. And somewhere in the dark, the other humans began to move. The inside of Clarity shuddered as the derelict human ship locked a tractor beam onto its hull, the metallic groan of stress plating vibrating through the decks. VYX's tallest mandibles clicked in frustration. She had been outmaneuvered, and the human in her medbay knew it. Rook's grin was infuriatingly calm, as if he had expected nothing less. You planned this. VYX hissed. Rook flexed his arm where her claws had left puncture wounds. Already clotting. Planned? No, prepared? Always. A voice crackled over the ship-wide comms. One of the bridge officers, their subharmonics tight with panic. Commander, the human vessel is initiating a hard dock. Their systems are overriding our protocols. We can't stop them. Tren's antennae flattened in alarm. They're boarding us. Rook stretched, rolling his shoulders like a predator loosening its muscles before a hunt. Yep, and trust me, you don't want to be holding me at gunpoint when they get here. VYX made a decision. She signaled her guards to lower their weapons, then stepped into Rook's space, her voice a blade of forced calm. You'll order your crew to stand down. Rook raised an eyebrow. Or what? You'll shoot me? He gestured to ZYX7, still writhing in a contaminated biopod. Pretty sure you've seen how well that works. A new voice cut through the tension, rough, female, and dripping with amusement. Damn, Rook, you really know how to make an entrance. The medbay doors hissed open, revealing 3 more humans. The one who had spoken, a woman with a scar bisecting her lip, leaned against the frame, a plasma rifle slung casually over her shoulder. Behind her, a hulking figure with cybernetic augments cracked his knuckles, while a third, wiry and sharp-eyed, scanned the room like he was tallying weaknesses. VYX's guards tensed, but the woman just smirked. Relax, Bugs. We're not here to fight. She tilted her head. Asterisk, yet star. Rook sighed. Commander VYX, meet Captain Mara Cole. Mara, try not to start an interspecies war before breakfast, yeah? Mara pushed off the doorframe and sauntered forward, ignoring the Zythex rifle still half raised in her direction. So, you're the ones who thought salvaging our ship was a good idea. She glanced at ZYX-7, then whistled. Oof. Someone didn't read the do not touch signs. Tren bristled. Your biology is toxic. Mara shrugged. And yours is fragile. Guess that makes us even. VYX's claws flexed. What do you want? Mara's smirk faded. Same thing we always want. A fair trade. She jerked her thumb toward the derelict. Our ship's seen better days. Yours? Nice and shiny. Rook groaned. Mara, we talked about this. No piracy. Asterisk negotiation asterisk. Mara corrected. She turned back to VYX. You need a way to survive contact with us. We need transport. Seems like a win-win. VYX's mind raced. The humans were a threat, but they were also a puzzle, one her people needed to solve. And if we refuse? Mara smiled and reached her eyes. Then we take the ship anyway, but with more screaming. Silence stretched. Then, a low, wet cough from the biopod. ZYX-7's convulsions had stopped. His carapace now streaked with creeping black veins. Tren rushed to his side, scanners flashing crimson. He's dying. Rook and Mara exchanged a glance. Then, to VYX's shock, Rook rolled up his sleeve. Move. He shoved past the Zythex and pressed his forearm against ZYX-7's mandible. The dying alien's breathing hitched, then steadied. The black veins receded, fading to a dull gray. Tren stared. What? Rook pulled back, revealing a fresh cut on his arm. Our blood's poison to you, but our antibodies? That's the trade. He met VYX's gaze. Help us, and we'll help you survive us. The choice was clear. VYX straightened. We accept. Mara grinned. Smart bugs. She turned to her crew. All right, boys, let's go for a ride. As the humans filed out, VYX watched them go, her mind churning. They had just handed the galaxy's most dangerous species the keys to their ship, and she had a terrible feeling. It was only the beginning. The inside of Clarity had become an alien menagerie, Zythex precision clashing against human chaos. VYX watched as Mara's crew sprawled across the pristine command deck, their boots leaving smudges on the polished floors, their laughter too loud in the acoustically calibrated space. Rook leaned against the navigation console, idly spinning a Zythex data crystal between his fingers like a child's toy. You're going to break that. VYX snapped. Rook smirked. Relax, Commander. We're just getting comfortable. Mara, perched on the edge of the tactical display, tapped the command into the console, ignoring the outraged hiss from the Zythex officer beside her. So, about that deal, she said, as the star charts flickered and reconfigured into a route VYX didn't recognize. We need to make a stop. VYX's antennae stiffened. That was not part of the agreement. Mara's grin was all teeth. Consider it a detour. The coordinates glowed ominously. A dead zone on the galactic rim, uncharted by Zythex explorers. Tren-esque claws clacked against his datapad as he pulled up the scant records. There's nothing there. No colonies, no resources. Just us, Rook interrupted. His playful demeanor had vanished, replaced by something darker. Or what's left of us, anyway. A hush fell over the humans. Even Mara's smirk faded. VYX studied them. The way their shoulders tensed, the flicker of something raw in their eyes. This wasn't a pit stop. This was a pilgrimage. What happened there? VYX asked quietly. Mara exhaled long and slow. Ever heard of the Black Fleet? The name meant nothing to the Zythex. But the way the human said it, like a curse, like a prayer, sent a chill through VYX's carapace. Rook pushed off the console. 5 years ago, Earth sent out its first long-range colony ships. State-of-the-art tech, Med Bay's stock for every scenario. His laugh was hollow. Turns out, they shouldn't have bothered. Mara picked up the thread, her voice steady but her knuckles white where they gripped the console. Something hit them. No distress calls, no wreckage. Just gone. Until 6 months ago, when a scavenger drone pinged a signal from the dead zone. She met VYX's gaze. We're going to find out why. VYX's mind raced. This wasn't just a salvage run. This was a reckoning. And her ship, her crew, were now caught in the crossfire. Tren, ever the pragmatist, cleared his throat. You expect us to follow you into a potential war zone? Mara's smile returned, sharp as a blade. Nah, we expect you to survive it. She nodded to Rook. Show them. Rook pulled a small holodisc from his pocket and activated it. A grainy image flickered to life. A Zythex warship, drifting lifeless in the void, its hull scored with deep, jagged furrows. VYX's breath caught. That's impossible. We've never sent ships to that sector. Rook's eyes were grim. Not yet, you haven't. The implication hung in the air like smoke. Mara stood, stretching lazily, as if she hadn't just appended everything the Zythex knew about the universe. So, you in. VYX looked at her crew, at Tren's bewildered expression, at the way her guards' claws trembled around their weapons. Then she looked at the humans, standing loose-limbed and unafraid in the face of the unknown. They were either the galaxy's greatest fools, or its only hope. VYX made her choice. Set course for the dead zone, she ordered. As the inside of Clarity turned toward the darkness, Rook caught her eye. No regrets, Commander. VYX watched the stars blur into streaks of light. Ask me when we're still alive. Somewhere in the void ahead, the Black Fleet waited. And whatever had killed it would soon learn. Humans didn't stay dead for long.